That's fine. I'm all like, that's why I was doing the whole fucking don't hate me because I'm beautiful Najigba. Like, I'm like, look, don't get mad at me. that that GTA 5 clip with Chop replacing Lamar, that was amazing though.
I remember back in the day there was like this mobile app you could download that you could train Chop on.
I remember that too. And since it's not active anymore, like dealing with Chop is kind of a pain in the ass. Like he just constantly shits all over the damn
Yeah,
place
he does. Yeah.
because using the app was supposed to make Chop well behaved.
Hmm.
So anytime you go play as Franklin and you go to your house, it's just covered in dog shit. God.
All right, guys. We are beating the game tonight, unless this ending is a lot harder than I remember.
Let's go.
So let me know how things look on stream because I can't look now that I'm in game.
All right. As soon as the ads finally end, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yes, I make half a cent for every ad Snacks watches on my stream.
Exactly. Um.
I had seen the logo.
Right now, you're eating what appears to be ice cream, or maybe it's soup. Something with a spoon.
Attention all personnel. The
But can you see the game yet?
has been initiated.
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm gonna have to step
On the stream feed though, on the stream feed, Ryguy's message hasn't appeared yet, and he posted that post a minute ago. So maybe the it's taking a minute.
Okay.
I'll say this though, because you had that one fix before was when we could see your desktop. This is just your background overlay.
Yeah, that's what it was. I just realized I forgot to turn that on. There we go.
Worst part of the Pacific Northwest is the cold and the rain for 9 months in the year. I disagree. I think that's the appeal. There was a time in my life I wanted to live in the Pacific Northwest specifically because of the cold and the rain.
There was an old
However,
army
it
bunker under
becoming
steel mill.
the
I knew the military plaque on the
the
floor.
hotbed for
I'd
West
seen
Coast
1,000
elites
variations
and
of the insignia on crumbling brick walls
absolutely
everywhere in the
deranged
city.
lefties
The sword
continuing to
replaced
move
by a
out there. I'm like,
syringe.
hell no, that I wouldn't want to live out there.
V for Valkyr.
But
V for Valhalla.
the weather's
All of a sudden,
definitely
I
an
read like a
attraction.
crackpot conspiracy theory.
Initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
Okay, so I'm now in game running around in this room.
Visual quality looks good.
Okay, cool.
And the sound is fine. It's just, again, very delayed, for me at least, which I think has to do with it. But
Okay.
I had seen the logo. There was an logo on the floor before.
Abort! The self-destruction sequence has been initiated.
Attention all
Get the hell
personnel.
out of here.
The
This place is gonna blow.
self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
So, how was your day?
so, hold on a second. I gotta fix my audio. Anyway, It was alright, other than, oh hey, we realized that we made a mistake, so we're gonna go ahead and take your top dasher away at the end of the week. I was like, fuck! Was
You
not
did
happy
say it
about
wasn't
that.
even helping you, though.
Attention all.
Yeah, but I mean, still, I'm just like, ugh.
Proceed to the nearest exit. Nearest exit immediately.
Like everything else in the Valkyr case, the door code was a mystery to me.
Attention all personnel. The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the
So
nearest
I think
exit
it's
immediately.
either tomorrow or the next day. Avatar, the Blue People movie video game comes out.
Yeah.
It might be okay.
The chemist had been using the workstation when he died.
Here's hoping
The
it's okay,
half-life of
'cause,
the lab rat had ended online.
you know,
His
I
password
just hope
blinking on the
fucking
screen.
any games that are okay
665.
come out, you know?
The neighbor of the beast.
There's just been so much dog shit for so long.
So if it gets really good reviews, maybe I'll go for it. I don't know.
I missed Pirate Bay.
One second, I just realized I forgot to do something.
Murder at midnight.
So you're playing Doom?
I didn't hear anything. What?
You're playing Doom?
Yeah, trying to. Motherfucker. Oh, they're real.
Attention.
Oh.
The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
What the fuck was that? Good God. Hold on, shit.
Sorry, junkie. I don't care who I kill. I'm mad
Pretty
with
much.
grief. I'm mad with grief and killing anyone who gets in my way unless she's a attractive woman.
You could say that again.
Hey, in here! Hey, get me out of here! I'm innocent. There, let me out. Hey, in here! Hey, get me out of here! I'm innocent. There, let me out. Thanks. I thought I was gonna die in there for sure.
I need you to get me through the decontamination chamber airlock.
You're crazy. No way. The place is blowing
Attention
up.
all personnel.
Either that or
The
back to the
self-destruction
cell.
sequence has
Your
been
choice.
initiated.
Okay,
Proceed
okay,
to the
I'll do
nearest
it. I'll do
exit
it.
immediately.
Oh, this is not good.
No, he is not cool, kid.
We're dead. We're dead.
Jesus Christ.
Get in. I'll punch you through.
Decontamination in
You did a bad
progress.
thing. bad.
Decontamination code.
I was caught in the middle of the deadly web that was the Valkyr case.
Oh, nice. That took out almost all of them. Do you have any idea why it's called Operation Deadeyes? The GTA 6 trailer looked fine. I don't have a lot to say about it, though, because it didn't show anything of substance or consequence.
You can say that again. Yeah, it was, it's nice to know that they're making it, but it was just a
One of the lab
CGI,
terminals had the project.
CGI announcement trailer, you know.
Now they're committed to doing it no matter what. That's the cool part, more so than...
One of the lab terminals had the project logo on
Right,
the
because
screen.
if they just turn around and decide, you know what, fuck it, then they're gonna get heavily criticized because they already invested a lot in trying to do this. But at the same time, they may have a valid out in all the people saying that the trailer seemed racist. Apparently it's news to folks that Miami-Dade County has a lot of black people living there.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure their issue is how they're portrayed. They wanted black people who wear tweed jackets with elbow patches and listen to NPR. They wanted...
Yeah, obviously.
They didn't want black people that listen to gangster rap and have guns.
Top secret.
Oh,
Project
man.
Valhalla. U.S.
Fucking
Army.
wild.
Yggdrasil
That's
Network. Valhalla. The otherworldly place in Norse mythology where the bravest
game called
heroes
Grand
spent
Theft
their
Auto
afterlife
about
feasting and fighting forever.
being part
Their
of the
wounds
criminal underworld and
miraculously
being a
healed
complete
night after
psychopath that
night.
murders innocent people.
Valkyr. The maidens who chose the most courageous
Would feature
Viking
people who are not
warriors and carried
scholars
them
but
to
are in fact
Valhalla.
criminals.
1991. The research objective is to create a chemical substance to enhance the stamina
What a
and
shock.
morale of infantry troops. 1995. Results unsatisfactory. Project cancelled.
Someone had decided to continue the sick experiment unauthorized.
Project compromised. Data leak. Fix the damage by any means necessary. Security clearance red. Authorized by the project lead. Field test. Double the dosage for all the remaining test subjects. Observe and record the subject's behavior in an urban setting.
The drop-off point was my old address in New Jersey. The file dated 3 years ago. Just when you thought you had reached the deepest depths of horror, it suddenly got worse. How to turn off that small voice inside your head that started to whisper that you should be glad that now, if not before, your revenge was justifiable on any conceivable moral scale. That small voice proved, beyond any doubt, that I was damned. The dagger-heeled woman had come and gone a long time ago. There was nothing more for me here. The bunker's name was acting as a self-fulfilling prophecy. pieced together a jigsaw, and the final picture is you finishing that same puzzle. A mad, green-eyed killer standing behind you. An urban legend come true. The Project Valhalla test subjects had been the mad junkies who had murdered my
Oh,
loved ones.
definitely, bro, guy.
The rest was simple body count math. It all pointed to her. Ms. Valkyr. The factory went up in a fiery inferno behind me. All my leads were dead, turned to smoke and dust. I'd lost my way. I hadn't slept in a million years.
What did Right Guys say that you agreed with?
Would you play GTA 6 on stream? So
I felt
play
thin as
everything
death.
on stream
I've been
now.
living on an endless supply
Absolutely.
of week-old donuts. They were fuel for this crazy furnace inside my head. I couldn't remember when I had last seen the sun. I was on a permanent graveyard
Now,
shift.
GTA
When the
Online
darkness fell,
more than
New
likely
York
would be
City
a stretch.
became something else. Any old Sinatra song notwithstanding.
Right.
Bad things
Not gonna
happened in the night. On the streets of that other city. Noir York City.
Yeah, Santi, I'm going to start dual streaming to Kick very soon here. I've already kind of
I was
made
in
the
an
decision.
all-night diner, downing cup after cup of coffee that tasted
Which
like
I'm
engine
super
oil,
excited
when a
about,
new message from
and I'd
BB
be
got me
more
back
than
on the
happy
killer
to
track.
switch over.
What the
as
hell
a
happened
viewer.
at Roscoe Street? Maxie, I'm going out
Because
on a limb
fuck
here.
Twitch.
We need to talk this through. Come up with a plan. 2:30 a.m., the Choir Communications Garage.
The more I thought about Alex's murder and the frame-up, the more it felt like an inside job. I should have seen it coming. BB had sold me out, and now he wanted to finish what he'd started. The garage was dead. BB showed up in his tailor-made suit, gold watch, and cufflinks to match. All way beyond a cop's pay.
Maxie.
Oozing suave charm, he was guilty as hell. What the hell does BB stand for anyway? Backstabbing bastard?
Come on, don't be like that. Have a cigar.
I don't smoke.
Maxie, you have no idea how big this is. It's huge. You have no idea.
I think I do. You're a bribe-taking bent cop who sold out his partner. Those mobsters in the subway were a dead giveaway. Hard to miss. Bet it was exactly like this with Alex. Up close and personal.
You can't win this one, Max.
No, but I can make damn sure none of you do either. BB turned out to be another cardboard cutout bad guy. A bad cop on the take. A cowardly right-hand man fleeing from the scene, leaving his paid thugs to do his dirty work.
That guy had a cigar in his mouth as he was shooting at me. That's disrespectful. Stay down, motherfucker. Maybe, right guy. Never thought about it that much. Yeah, butt kick allows better quality streaming and you get more money. I messed up. The thing about Kick is like Asian Andy is streaming over there. If Asian Andy's allowed to stream over there, then it's automatically freer than Twitch. Because I'm pretty sure Asian Andy's been banned from Twitch.
Pretty much every Andy of all kinds has been banned from Twitch.
Oh shit. I mean, is he still doing the stuff he used to do where you could like text to speech him in public and like play Moon Man over his loudspeakers when he's in public and stuff? Is he still doing that?
Now that's based. I really feel like the BFG edition gave you so much more ammo than original Doom 3. And I say that because original Doom 3, like, it was a strategy. You'd rotate your guns around, you know, because you'd use up ammo that you stockpiled with one gun while you pick up ammo for others. So then when you basically run out of one gun, you know, you switch to another because they're all just as effective as the others.
Right.
But then here, it's like you can just use any gun you want forever because you just constantly have ammo. And I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, so I don't know what the fuck.
I mean, I will admit I find that to be more fun.
I agree with you. Because it's just like Eternal, you know? Eternal, you're like, okay, well, you know, I run out of ammo, so now I have to switch to going to chainsaw somebody. But your chainsaw regenerates so quickly, and there's so many little trash guys that you can chainsaw that you could just keep using the same fucking gun forever if you wanted. It's just kind of wild to me when I think about it. I'm like, man, that's not what I imagine they do. But I'm fine with it. I'm just like, I don't know if it's just me. Because I don't want to sit here and think that I'm actually good at a video game. That's just begging for trouble.
Dive kill. Does anybody ever, like, kick the shit out of him for being stupid and annoying?
Yes. Everyone, all the time, always.
Hey,
They win another Mickey Mouse championship. I would not at all be surprised if the Lakers are the first team to win the midseason tournament, because who the fuck cares? Like, seriously, the only teams you're seeing trying and doing Bush League shit are guys that have no fucking chance.
Well, it's another feather in LeBron's cap, right?
And exactly, he's the only guy who would actually try and take this seriously because he wants to be like, I won the inaugural midseason championship. Aren't I the GOAT? And it's all like, dude, who the fuck cares? Like, imagine being the only guy who's playing on a team that isn't a lottery team is actually trying in this shit. Like,
the alleged head of the Punchinello crime family. The police are now saying,
Jesus.
contrary to their earlier statements, that Max Payne is still alive and at large. He continues his vendetta against the Mafia, of which this last act of
yeah, I
arson is attributed
100%
to.
expect them
I
to
had no
win.
recollection of setting any fires.
Unless they just go
but I
into the
did
final
remember the
game and then
flames.
LeBron dusts off a fucking vintage LeBron choking in the finals moment. I believe that too.
Oh, nice. I didn't even have to waste ammo there. Awesome. Oh, man.
You made that noise at the exact same time on stream that you fired a rifle. I can't tell what noise was loud. No, I'm just kidding.
What video game that you of any game you've ever played is the best example of gun porn, do you think?
Well, there's a lot of different answers there, depending on what do you mean. If you mean in terms of like realism, there's a different story there. If you mean in terms of the sound effects, there's a different answer. If you mean in terms of just enjoying the aesthetics, different answers there too.
Whatever appeals to you personally the most.
What I enjoyed in terms of the best gunplay out there, for me, I enjoy the realism and especially the sound. So I really like essentially any tripwire interactive game because they take a lot of time to really try to make things as good as they can. They're the guys that made the Killing Floor series, and they also made the Red Orchestra series. So, you know, playing Red Orchestra for some great World War II action, playing Rising Storm 2 Vietnam for crazy Vietnam action, which is more realistic, and I had a lot of really fun times playing that game too. Probably the best implementation of an M14 in a video game that I've ever experienced. The M14 is like one of my favorite rifles. It's a dream of mine to someday own one. But And then Killing Floor, ton of fun there too, with the different weapons that they have there. Some of the stuff, you know, crazy sci-fi sort of stuff, but that's totally fine also. You know, it's just
That has its place.
right. But they're a small European studio. I wish they'd make more stuff, because I'm like a really pivotal moment for me in terms of like being incredible leaps forward in terms of quality of gaming or realism, ease of use, implementation, aesthetic, and everything was Battlefield 3. And DICE used to be a very well-loved company back in the day, before EA really ruined them. But it's not like, you know, I mean, EA was pretty much always a part of DICE for a very long time, especially the Battlefield series as it got popular. So I don't hate on them too much for that. It's more just like, you know, they pretty much every big studio just stopped making stuff good, you know. Thinking if you fuckers are gonna charge $70 now, you damn well better start putting some more fucking effort into these games. What game had the most enjoyable sniping? I like any game that has bullet drop as part of their system when you're doing long range shooting. I definitely enjoyed Sniper Elite for the memes. You know, being able to get a kill cam anytime you're sniping is lovely, but being able to shoot a guy and watching his fucking balls pop is hilarious.
You know, I really hate people who refuse to see the inevitable, refuse to do the smart thing. No, I must do the right thing. I blame you. For a smart guy, you really can be stupid at times.
You're stupid.
I blame you. For a smart guy, you really can be stupid at times.
It's not a totally dead series, Fanny. Just because Rising Storm 2 Vietnam was the most recent one made, it has the largest
started to ring.
population, but one of the toughest things about playing Red Orchestra, though, the gunplay, like actually going through the process of fighting people and actually having an experience of a firefight is truly lovely and wonderful in those games.
Woden was waiting for me on the steps of the old building.
Mr. Payne,
artillery and airstrikes are so fucking difficult to deal with. There's like the vast majority. Well, to be fair, it was in real life. In real life, the vast majority of casualties were caused by artillery and airstrikes in World War II. So it makes sense, but it's not fun to spend 3 minutes running from your spawn point to the location where the actual engagement is occurring, and after the 3 minutes run, you finally get there and you just instantly fucking blow up to an artillery strike.
We can fill the gaps, provide you with the information missing from those files. We were all involved in the early stages of the project during the Gulf War.
What's the catch?
I think that's why I enjoyed Rising Storm 2 Vietnam so much, is because you can play as the United States and then not have to worry about artillery at all.
Project Valhalla. When the funding was discontinued, She simply refused to quit. She knew exactly what she had in her hands. Nicole Horn is the president of Acer Corporation. She has more than half the city in her pocket. This must be kept under wraps. If you try to go public with this, we will deny any knowledge. We need you to take her out. Afterwards, we can protect
It's
you.
not a dead spirit.
Make
There
all the
are plenty of
charges go
people
away.
playing Resident Evil 2 Vietnam.
That was the cue for the killer suits to kick in the
If
doors and
that's
swarm
the-
inside.
That's not the one you wanted to play, then yeah, you're fucked.
It was an impressive floor show, but I decided to leave early anyway. It was only a one-story fall. Lucky me.
Alright, I have the jackhammer now, the best weapon in this game.
There's lots of Civil War games you could play. It's hard to make like an online shooter work with that style of combat though, because people will be impatient for actually engaging volley fire. And how the hell do you have a game that has shooting in it, and then also make a melee combat system work for bayonet charges, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I used to love playing Chivalry.
Inaccurate, like almost unusable.
Muskets were, but rifles back then were still very good. Rifles took a very long time to reload back then, but you could still accurately kill somebody up to 600 yards with rifles back then. Scarecrow Bard, check out War of Right on Steam. You should be able to see some YouTube clips of it. And it
One of the
might be up your
monitors
alley.
showed what was
'cause
left of
that's
the inner
exactly what
circle.
you're looking for.
On screen, the so-called corpse of Alfred Woden stood up, miraculously waking from his dirt nap, looking smug among his dead pals. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. I didn't know how he'd pulled it off, but it was a pretty slick way to get out of all his promises. Most of what he had said fit too well to be a load of crap.
Man, this game brings back so many good memories for me.
There you go. Scarecrow Bar. That's the YouTube link to video War of Rights, the 180-man bayonet charge. You know, maybe it's what you're looking for. So one of my favorite games, it's a single-player game. One of my favorite games back in the day was called Darkest of Days. And it was a really interesting concept that you don't see too many games try to explore. You play as a cavalryman in Custer's 7th Cavalry who is about to be killed in the Battle of Little Bighorn. But then you get rescued by a time-traveling agent, where it turns out that they have they put together a group where they select soldiers throughout history where their fate was essentially unknown. So that way they could realistically pull a guy out of that situation and then use him as an agent in the future. And they would send you back in time just to go fight. So in Darkest of Days, you had you were looking for these really important people because it was very important that they not die, because their future descendants were very important for the future. And then there was an opposing time travel agency which was trying to kill them. So you're going through the Civil War and World War One, which are very unexplored conflicts throughout history. They're very unexplored for video games. They were at the time. This game came out in like 2010, 2011. And aside from using period-accurate weaponry, you would also have, to tip the odds in your favor, you'd be able to use futuristic weaponry, which would occasionally be very enjoyable. For instance, there's one mission where you go back to Mount Vesuvius erupting. So there you are in Pompeii, and you're fighting a bunch of Roman soldiers with a fucking futuristic machine gun. It was it was a lot of fun. But it's impossible to get your hands on that game anywhere because it's not sold through online retailers. And again, the game came out back in like 2010, 2011, so you can't find a physical copy anywhere.
Excuse me.
And what is your answer to those saying that he's actually
It
providing
used
a
to be
service
on
long
Steam, but they
overdue to the
removed it
city?
from Steam.
This
I'm not sure
crusade
why.
nonsense has gone too far. He's out of control. It must stop. He will be stopped.
That was Deputy Chief Jim Rivera from the New York
At the
City
request of
Police
the publisher. Delisted in 2021, sadly. But the same thing happened to Alan Wake way back in the day, and then eventually they gave Alan Wake back, and then not only did they give it back, but they did a sequel, so maybe someday. You get a used copy of Darkest of Days on Amazon, the 360 version, which is literally just the disc for $73.
Man, good thing I kept all those video games. I think I never sold those video games for like the $2 GameStop would have given you back today.
Seriously. Big brain shit. Not letting Mr. Goldstein come by and...
A videotape lay on the desk.
Gold medal dog poop? What the fuck?
Nicole Horn had blackmailed the inner circle into silence.
I was watching
Tape came with a curt extortion note on a piece of
Charlie
expensive
video the
paper.
other day, made one
I
on,
remember
I think I
Candy
shared it with you, it
Dawn.
was like a unicorn pooping, unicorn slime or some shit. Good Christ.
Alright guys, I'm gonna take a short break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I am back. Welcome back, Snacks.
Hello.
So, I know this isn't really a thing anymore that matters in the slightest because of where the gaming industry has gone, but what is your opinion on buying used games?
Back in the day, I definitely was for it because, it was a cheap alternative. But now, when it's like next to impossible to actually get any kind of value or use out of the physical media, for modern games, it's completely pointless. For older games, though, it's the only way to be able to play some older stuff. So, big thumbs up there. It wasn't something that I did too often, though, because usually the quality of the disc itself was really fucking bad. People take really bad care of their stuff. And I think that's always been true. But it's definitely valuable now to be able to play old things.
Woden had taken care of my mission.
Like, I remember back, like, I want to say 12 years ago, the used game debate was a big deal. Because people were like, well, if you buy a game used, the developer doesn't get any of the money for it.
Oh, fuck the developer. I never agreed with that whole concept, because, like,
I remember very clearly, Boogie actually made a video begging his viewers to not buy used games. For that reason. Like, trying to explain why it's bad for the industry if developers don't make any money off of their games when people buy them.
it's ridiculous, and it's always been ridiculous, like... If there's demand for it, people fill it, and a lot of people won't buy games at all if, there isn't the cheaper option. And Baldur's Gate 3 just goes to show, people need to, make a better game. And make people want to buy it. Just...
Like, I always preferred... This isn't... Well, not always, but... Recently, I've always wanted to get games new. I don't like getting used games because same reason why I only date virgins.
Exactly. I don't need some other guys cum all over my games. I don't need it all over my games or my dame. Personally, I think that was a really good meme. Articles.
Go, go, go!
Shoot to kill.
What I hate, though, is going to GameStop wanting to buy a game new and then they demand you buy the used version because they make more money off of it.
Yeah, I agree. That is just stupid shit.
Hostile contact.
The best movie ending ever? Gotta be put down.
best movie ending ever?
Butch Cassidy and the Underpants Kid.
Jesus.
Grand Theft Auto 6 takes place in all of Florida, not just Miami. Okay.
If that's true, I really like that as a concept. I really do.
That would make it how many times bigger than 5, I wonder.
If they were actually trying to replicate the whole state of Florida, it would be massive.
Yeah, probably not realistic. Although, I mean, if the game is 300 gigs, anything is possible.
Yeah, if they just took advantage of, you know, more advanced consoles and shit to be like, okay, here's how we're gonna do this. It's gonna be running the same exact fucking engine as 5. We're just going to you know, have the game just be larger, as 5 still looks plenty good. I personally would be fine with that. I know a lot of other people wouldn't, but I personally would be fine with it.
At a certain point, you have to ask, how can we make this look better? We've already gotten so close to real life. Like, yeah. Probably Bryce Young, Six Flags, but I'm not a fan of either. Mr. Wachtel was standing there with his pants down.
Pretty much.
So was Jimmy the first ever YouTube poop creator?
Yes. He was out there mooning everybody.
Yeah, David, me and Snacks were talking about that earlier, the Dave Roberts thing.
Yeah, that is absolutely fucking pathetic on his part. I really hope that he gets fired, and I don't see a reality where he doesn't get fired. Because even if Ohtani has a valid reason for not signing with the Dodgers, and he signs with any other team, people are going to say the reason that he didn't sign with the Dodgers is because of that move. Like, that one move alone has potentially ruined his entire career. It's not worth it. Because if anybody gives him any kind of guff at all, saying, oh, well, you know, he's the reason that Ohtani didn't sign with the Dodgers, you can't argue with that. It's like, Ohtani had one request of teams, and Roberts disrespected that.
You know, and honestly, Ohtani doing that is probably like the Green M&M thing. If you're familiar with the concert writer stuff. There was, do you know what I'm talking about, Snacks?
No, not really.
There is a band, I think it's Van Halen, but I'm not sure, but there's this band that whenever they would do a concert, one of their requests...
Yes, it was Brown M&M's, that's why I was confused. But yeah, it was Van Halen, and people kept laughing like they were being difficult over it, but they were like, we're just making sure that you read the fucking contract, because if we don't see those M&Ms, because it's such a weird thing to ask for, then we know you didn't read the contract. You don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's why I think Ohtani did this. He's like, okay, who's actually going to respect me? Right. And, you know, because the Angels, fuck ups 100%. They may be, were very good at allowing Ohtani to never talk to the media. Because he
100%. Right, like that's a very good point, and I definitely think that's what's going on. You know, like
I had dreamed of revenge.
Otani
Those
asked
dreams
for
were
one
always
thing,
nightmares, of
and
coming close and then
if you
failing.
can't do that, then he's like, all you're showing
Now
me
I
is
was
that you
close.
don't
I
care
had a name to
about
guide me.
what I asked you
Nicole
for.
Horn. I had
And if you
nothing
don't
to
care
lose.
what I ask you for, I don't care that you're paying me a ton of money, you know? Like, I need to be respected as a player.
A GTA game set in Chicago? I don't know if Chicago's iconic enough.
It used to be, but not anymore. Like, for modern day shenanigans, no. Nobody's thinking of like modern day crime, in
The
terms
Inner
of
Circle
like
had quite a track record.
mafia cartel kind of
Project
stuff.
Valhalla had not been
In
the
Chicago,
only thing the Inner
no.
Circle had been involved in. There were rows of cabinets
It's
full
just
of files.
low-level gang
The
stuff. So
Serpentine
like
Secret
that's
Society
valid,
went back
definitely,
a long way,
but
always pulling strings from the
not
shadows. I couldn't
not
say I was
GTA's
sorry.
milieu.
Woden's move in some Byzantine power game had cut the Circle's membership roster to 1. The old man wanted me on cleanup duty. It was my mess too.
Well, oh yeah, by the way, that's another Rockstar game, Mafia. We totally forgot to talk about that yesterday, but isn't Mafia basically GTA in the Prohibition era?
In a way, yeah.
So yeah, they don't need a GTA to go back that far. They have Mafia. And Mafia is a game they actually made sequels to. I like the first two Mafias. I need to play Mafia 3 one day. Never got
It's
around to
okay.
it.
It's not particularly good, but it's not awful. So, you know.
My favorite part of Mafia 2 was early in the game when you were deciding whether or not you wanted to be a criminal or not. And one of your missions was to just transport by hand a bunch of crates from a truck to a warehouse. And it was just like you walking back and forth for 5 minutes to illustrate that this sucks and is boring and stupid. It's like, I don't know if this is the message you want to be sending to people. But normal's day work is for suckers. Yeah, JS, me and Snacks actually talked about the Fallout trailer. I'm not impressed, and neither was he. I think it looks really cheap. I think it looks like it was made on a shoestring budget. I don't know, I'm not feeling it. I have not seen Last of Us yet. I keep putting it off. Yeah, The Last of Us actually looks good as, like, in terms of, like, budget and stuff. It looks like they spent money on it. But the Fallout show, it looks like the Star Wars shows on Disney Plus to me. You can see the styrofoam that all the rocks are made out of. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but does anyone remember the Terminator TV show they did with Lena Headey?
Oh yeah, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, right?
Yeah, I remember how cheap the sets looked in that show. Like they would crash through a wall when they're fighting, and you can see the wall's just a big piece of styrofoam. I did not mind that show, though, overall. It could have been worse. How are you still alive? Ask that. I don't remember Bionic Woman. I remember the $6 Million Man, but I don't remember Bionic Woman.
They did do that one. I remember.
I am somewhere in the background of Life or Something Like It, which was a shitty Angelina Jolie movie from the OOs. I seriously doubt anyone will ever be able to see me, but I am there somewhere.
Nice.
I should have been like when Moist was in the Hunger Games. I should have been like that.
Constantly talking about it.
Wait, have you never seen that video where Charlie tells the story of the time he ruined a scene in the Hunger Games movie?
I did, but it's been a long time. I know the meme, but
yeah,
I can't think of like the whole thing
he
right
was
off
an
the top of my head.
extra, and he kept trying to like force his way so you could actually see him on camera, and eventually they just told him to fuck off.
It's great.
How did he not hit me once? I was literally just running away from him while he was dual wielding Berettas right at me for about 2 clips, and he did not touch me once. I know guns are hard, but goddamn. How do you not hit me by accident? Who doesn't love Alex Jones, man? That's a fun guy. I don't know why he went in the tank for Ron DeSantis, but, you know, I'm sure he'll change his mind in the next couple of months here.
More than likely, yeah.
He's like the only anti-establishment voice that supports DeSantis. It's kind of odd.
It makes you wonder if he's gotten hella paid or some shit, you know?
Isn't Will Rogers the Mississippi State guy? I know a little bit about him. Really? Really? That's bullshit that the first one didn't kill him. Yeah, I did see an article the other day about apparently they're gonna let him off the hook for that Sandy Hook stuff. Cause like...
Yeah, they reduced it from he owed $1 billion to now he only owes $82 million in the payout. And it's all like, well, just fucking keep not paying it and eventually you'll never have to. If it's gonna drop over $900 fucking million in value, and yeah, just never pay it, eventually you'll get it. Such a humongous fucking joke.
I mean, I don't know why they thought they were going to be able to get that much money from him. That seems really, really bizarre and goofy and weird. I think he even said right after the verdict, like, they may as well make it $1 trillion.
Yeah. They ain't never gonna fucking pay that shit.
Whoa! One hit KO. When is the Heisman presentation ceremony? Is that this weekend? I forget the name, the date. Yeah, Heward's kid, I guess, wasn't really it. There was no interest in him from any other significant school. Jaden Daniels should win. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Like, I feel pretty comfortable saying Jaden Daniels should win. Oh, Penix was definitely going to win it, and then he blew it the second half of the year.
Yeah, as is tradition.
Honestly, the only reason why he's nominated is because he's the best player on a team that won every game they played.
Right.
Like, I don't even know if he deserves... Well, I should take that back. I do think he deserves to be ahead of Nyx because he beat Nyx twice, but... I don't know. I don't think he has a legitimate case to actually win the thing. I don't. What am I missing here? Huh. I'm missing something. Honestly, I think Carson Palmer should have won it that year. I think he was better than Russ and Newton. Carson Palmer was incredible that year. Wait a minute, this is like the start of the level. I don't know how I even got back here. How do I get down to the floor level? What am I missing here? No, not the Heisman. The MVP award. Oh, it's not. Like, of course Cam Newton won it because he was the best player on the team that went 15-1, but I actually think that Carson Palmer was better. Like, little dirty secret about Cam Newton that year, he didn't even play well until midway through the season. He got carried for like 8 games and then he started carrying. Huh. I missed my exit somewhere. This is weird. This is such a linear game, you'd think it'd be impossible to get lost. Huh. What am I missing?
Fucking stupid bastard.
Excuse me?
The guy on my team. Dumb sack of shit.
I know.
Oh, God. I hate these games where I just hard carry. Because, like I'm the best player in the game. Because I hate feeling that pressure of like, okay, everyone in this game with me is utterly butt-fucking retarded. And I can easily win this game on my own, but if I make one mistake, I lose the game I don't deserve to lose because these other dipshits deserve to lose it more.
FBI,
Like,
you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Good God.
Sure. Could
I
we
hate
put that assistance?
That's a really good question, Scarecrow Bar. I don't remember. Now, it's just like second nature to me. It's just like reflex.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I was thinking about the other day, as a matter of fact.
Shoot to kill.
Uh,
Let's finish this.
when I was playing Grim Fandango, because it's on Game Pass, I had a ton of fun playing it, but as I'm playing it, I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? This game is an old-style game where it would take you so long to beat it the first time that you played if you didn't have a walkthrough.
Yeah.
And then the second time you play it, when you know what to do, you can beat it in like 15 minutes.
I think that's kind of the point of old games, though. You don't, you know, games are expensive. You don't have anything else to do but figure out how to play that game. So it's just like, okay, I'm cool getting stuck on this part for 10 hours. I got nothing else to do. I don't have anything else to play.
Right. It was not only like you know, aspect of the game that you had to try to really think it through of like, what can I do here? How can I interact with this game in the right way to be able to move forward? And at the same time, another thing to remember, and this is certainly valid because we were talking about used games earlier. Back in the day, and kids won't be able, growing up now, they won't be familiar with this
Mine wasn't
concept.
the most original approach
Games
to the
being
problem. It
developed
wasn't as
during
if
a
it hadn't all
time
been
when
done
video
before.
game rental
An eye for
was
an eye,
popular.
the first principle of revenge. Old as dirt.
Games
still
would
going
be
strong.
developed with the mindset
Cardinal
of you
rule in
want the
going after someone
game
with an intention to kill was
to
not
not
take it
be
personally,
beatable for
which
the
it almost
average
always
person
ended
in
up
a
being
week.
anyway. It did with me.
Between if it's a kid, them having school
I took
responsibilities,
my
if
time cruising
it's
around
an
the city
adult,
in
them
the snow.
having work
There was
responsibilities.
no hurry. I knew what I had to do now. I
Not
took my time.
being able to
thinking
beat it
about
in a week
building
meant
up the rage.
that
When I was ready, I parked the stolen wheels at the
people
front
would
entrance of
rather
Acer
buy the
Corporation
game
headquarters.
than rent
Got
it
out,
because they'd
got
have
in,
to
got
keep
cracking.
renting it, and eventually it'd be
I
cheaper
had
to
a
have
bullet
just
with
bought the
Nicole
fucking
Horn's
game as
name on
opposed
it.
to
I had
renting it.
10,000 bullets with the Hag's name on them. She had ultra-high-tech security systems, enough mercenaries and weaponry to start
And
World War
playing
III.
Grim
There was
Fandango
no fear.
for the first time without a walkthrough,
New York
the
disappeared
first
behind a veil of
the
snow.
first
I
act
had
of the
crossed
game
the threshold. This was her
took
domain,
me
sleek and sexy and
a
soulless.
couple
All
days,
glass and steel.
and I finally got
A
so
place of
frustrated
color-coded
I decided
security
to
key
just
cards,
watch
metal
a
detectors, and
playthrough and
surveillance
just follow
systems.
along. And then I got every achievement in the game in like one day after that.
Right. I think a lot of puzzle games are like that.
Colder than a walk-in fridge. Cold as a gun.
I like Grim Fandango. That had a great little story.
I've heard good things.
I especially would like it because it was like an Hispanic-themed noir game. With a backdrop of a fantastical storyline. Yeah, very, very old game. And Max Payne only came out 3 years after that.
Right?
Well, another reason that they had cheat codes, and this is something that lasts to this day, calling it developer mode or something along those lines, is because when they were trying to bug test, they would just need to be able to breeze through the game quickly to explore different aspects of the content. That's how you end up with stuff like no clip, God mode, infinite ammo, all that kind of shit. Because it's like I don't want to test my gaming skills while I'm trying to see if there's a bug or something. There's all kinds of reasons for that shit. Did you ever dress up like a pimp on stream? He does every day.
Right.
All that's missing is the hat, and that interferes with the headset. You already know.
I never played Myst, but I'm certainly familiar with what it is. Yeah, that part of the game was always really hard. This part of the game right here. 5 grenade chucking jackasses. There we go. That part always wrecked my speedruns. My dad played Myst, but only got the red and blue endings. Shit. I love the parts during this level where they started lamp shading the absurdity of the situation. Like the woman I'm trying to kill is like sending an announcement over the PA like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? He's one man. You outnumber him 100 to 1. Do your fucking job.
Cheers. They I like when they do that kind of thing. The studio does that a lot with Alan Wake. I remember one of the components of the game is that he'd pick up parts of his manuscript, and then he'd read the little excerpts of the game, having little passages in the story and everything. But as he's writing, the story is unfolding. He's experiencing the adventures of his story as he's writing. So at one point he catches up through his experience with also the pages of his manuscript that he's reading. So the page is like Alan bends down and picks up a piece of paper to read the next phase of the manuscript. In it, he picked up a piece of paper and read the next phase of the manuscript. In it, he picked up the paper and read it. In it, he picked up the paper and it does that like 7 more times, and Alan's just losing his mind.
Yeah, like
Reminds me of a fucking Spaceballs.
Like I remember Half-Life 2 did that. When you're going through the base at the end. What's the name of the bad guy in Half-Life 2? Dr. Breen?
Well, I mean, who are you specifically referring to? There's a lot of different people you could
The human who's
consider
like
the
on the
antagonist.
side of the
The human guy who was like the
on the side of
puppet.
the Combine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think his name is Dr. Breen. Anyway, like when Gordon Freeman's going through the base killing it, he's like, guys, this guy's a fucking nerd. He's been frozen for the last 20 years. Like, what the fuck? He was not in a position to even advance his abilities over the last 20 fucking years.
I forget his name too, but I want to say that Dr. Breen was the guy who was like the dude who had the pet head crab.
That was Kleiner,
Not,
I think.
Maybe.
I feel like that was Kleiner, and Dr. Breen was the guy who was... He was trying to do what he felt was right, but he was selling humanity out to the Combine.
Yeah, Dr. Breen wasn't. Yeah, you were right.
Okay. It's been so damn long.
Mona.
And yeah, Dr. Kleiner was who I was thinking of.
We gotta stop meeting like
Good job,
this.
Joker.
It will be a cold day in hell
all
before
those
I let
names after
Narcom
20
stop
years.
me. Miss Sachs, do your job.
Relax, Max. You're a nice guy. I don't kill nice guys.
Yeah, I 100% understand
It was different when
Breen's
Horn
point of
wanted
view.
Punchinello dead to cut her
When you
ties to
read
the mafia.
the proposed
He deserved to die.
story for what Half-Life Episode 3 would have been, where Gordon just realizes the absolute futility of fighting against the Combine, because it's like we're trying to fight this guerrilla war against the Combine in this one little small area on Earth. Not only do they control the whole planet, but like they're a galaxy-spanning star empire that has Dyson spheres. It's like what, you know, there's a reason that they beat us in what they call the 7-hour wars, because there's no possible fucking way that we could actually try to fight these people. So Breen's like, okay, well, if I act as their puppet, then they won't just exterminate humanity instantly. But maybe I could buy us enough time for us to figure something out so that we can actually continue to exist as a species.
Yeah, that's what they ended up doing to Palpatine in the EU. They made him a well-intentioned extremist.
Right, and I'm like, I 100% fucking understand that mindset. Like,
when the elevator came back down, Mona was gone. There was a lot of blood, but no body. Something clicked for the final time.
They don't show it in the game
so clear,
because
somewhere high above,
Valve
the storm clouds were already gone.
are the kind of people
Cold
who
stars
enjoy
blazing
building
for
this
the black
very
skies.
rich lore.
Yeah.
And a very deep, vibrant universe. But apparently, one of the things that they did in order to control humanity better was they enacted a planet-wide sterility field.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is the explanation for why you never see any children in Half-Life 2. They were like, okay, this makes humanity compliant because now we have the ability to control their reproduction. One of the rewards that they gave to the Combine guards, who are the people that you fight throughout the entire game, they're not aliens. They're actually guys just wearing a weird, creepy suit, but for the most part, they're human beings. In exchange for that service to work as that guard and to work for the Combine, let you into a special reproduction chamber so that you could bang your wife and actually have kids. That is it. Right, that's a very easy way to ensure compliance and assimilation into the new Star Empire. Not only that, but the vast majority of people, you know, because they keep track of this thing through marriage certificates in terms of the law, they would bust up married couples every opportunity they could. Because it was a communist style, they would just send you wherever the hell they wanted you to work as a laborer. So like, okay, husband, you go to city 17, wife, you go to city 14 on the other side of the country. You know, between that and the sterility field, it was like there was no
I had
fucking way
elevator
to
access to the
actually
mainframe.
develop any
From there, I'd
meaningful
be able to
connections
override
with
the
people
security
anymore. You
locks and
just
get to her
existed as a
office.
drone and had nothing going for you.
Ain't that the truth?
And that shit's wild. Because it explains a lot, you know,
I
it
had
explains why
elevator
there's so many
access to the
people willing
mainframe.
to
From there, I'd be
fight
able to
against
override the
this
security locks and get to her office.
all-encompassing juggernaut to try to free their planet anyway. Because, you know, what they're fighting for is like the most basic concept of something to fight for, and at the same time, it's also understandable why other people wouldn't. Because the only thing you have left is your life. You know, your existing family and friends, if they hadn't died just in the beginning stages of the conflict and they've been dispersed all over the world, you'll never see any of them again. Good God. And you know, that's a great story, and I would have loved to see its resolution, but they just
The
didn't
unmarked chopper
fucking
was
do
Horn's
it.
pet guardian, inhuman and flawless. It was stalking me.
Stereotyped. I'm not a cold-blooded killer. I'm a nice guy. Kill the bastard. Kill them.
Did he not hit me once? Well, okay, he hit me a couple times there, but man, you suck, dude.
It was stalking me.
Thinking of. I lifted the page in front of my eyes and read it. In it, I lifted the page in front of my eyes and read it, and that repeats 6 more times. And that's the whole main story. And that comes late in the game, so it, like, by that point you're just thinking, man, Alan has completely fucking lost it. Good shit.
Hold still.
Corpse to Peter Boyle probably would have been better than what they got for 2 weeks. I mean, when you think about it, playing a corpse, that's actually a great guy to play early on in games. Because you can trust that he won't swing at anything, so he'll just drive up those pitch counts. If a pitcher ever goes completely fucking insane and walks the literal corpse, you know, just put in a pinch runner. There you go.
Damn.
Reminds me of that one great meme video of how would Barry Bonds have done if he played without a bat?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it was like pitchers have to just throw at a guy, knowing his stats and what he's capable of, but they don't actually see the batter. They're just throwing the pitch.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And it's like he'd still, you know, without a bat, just standing there, he'd still get walked or hit mode and have a crazy fucking on base. Like that is pretty sure. Oh, my bad. I saw
All Horner's locks
a
were now
post was talking
offline.
about the Red
All bets
Sox.
were off. The elevator
So
would
I just
take me all the way up.
started rambling about baseball, but that's not what Peter Boyle plays, is it? Oh, God.
Marvy, Fab, far out.
Zach Wilson is so bad that when Boyle was benched, Taylor went to Trevor Siemian instead of Zach. Yeah.
Trevor Siemian is the only Broncos quarterback of the last 8 years with a winning record.
Outstanding.
And that includes Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
Seen from
because
this
even
height,
though
the
they're
night
doing
seemed
a
to
little
stretch
bit
on
better
to
this
eternity.
season, that
My end
0-3
of
start
desperation had crept into the
really
snowstorm,
fucked them.
as
Plus,
if it was trying to
obviously,
get it
last
all
season they
out
were
before
doing
the
it.
end.
So
Yeah, he went 4
you
and
get
11
what you
last
get.
4 and 11 last year. He's got a lot of work to do.
Exactly. Have to win a hell of a lot of games to have a winning record, and I don't think he's got too much left in him. But yeah, it definitely sucks because it's one of those situations that you see so often where you wonder if a bad quarterback really would be bad if he just wasn't in an awful situation. But Zach Wilson is quarterbacking for the exact same team Aaron Rodgers was expected to quarterback for, so
Right.
I think it's okay to say that he's dog shit, you know?
Alright, well, I'm going to take a short break and then we will finish this game up. I think we are actually looking pretty good to finish up at just the right time. See you guys shortly.
All right. Wahoo.
Okay, I am back, and we are about to wrap this fucker up.
Horn's personal computer was on. Next to the printer was a neat stack of expensive paper. Hacking through Horn's computer would have unearthed files of criminal plans, strategies for world domination, spy helicopter reports, illegal wiretap recordings, internet porno, all of the above. Take your pick. I really didn't care anymore. I had seen too much of it already. Valkyr had been meant to be a white-winged maiden that would lift you to a warrior's heaven, but it turned out to be a one-way demon ride to hell. The devil was in the drug. I knew. I had met him. And now I was gonna kill her. The queen of the underworld who had tried to lift herself a bit closer to heaven with her drug money. No begging, no bribes. She knew better. Honor among killers. We who were about to die. Both of us knew how this would end, in pain and suffering.
All this because your wife stuck her nose into things that were none of her business.
The cops were coming to take me away. The sirens were like a bad conscience I couldn't shake.
It's ridiculous you've made it this far. You won't be alive when they get here.
Stop him!
Not sure I know that song, Scarecrow Bar.
Max Payne, this is futile. A waste of time. The deaths of your wife and daughter were necessary. Inevitable. It is done. You cannot bring them back. Nothing you do will make it any better. I can't remember if the helicopter screws off on its own or not. I think it does. are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Max Payne, you are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Make it easy for yourself. Accept Payne. You are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Make it easy
Christ.
for Payne. You are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Make it easy for yourself, Payne.
Somebody
You are
posted
fighting a losing battle.
Somebody posted a huge wall of text in the baseball channel. Like, my God.
Fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die.
Why did I take damage?
Battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Make it easy for yourself. Accept your fate. You will die here.
I guess the game thought you were too close.
Baka Shinji. Does this not do anything? I don't know why that wasn't working before. Oh shit. Come on, knock it off. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's just annoying.
Someone's supposed to do? If they're shooting them? I don't think so. I'm not supposed to, like, make a suicide jump here, am I? Try. I almost made it. But I don't think I'm supposed to do that. That doesn't seem reasonable.
That disintegrated, holy shit. Do you still have rounds for your grenade launcher?
I do.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, why not?
I hit it, but it didn't do shit. I'm pretty sure I destroyed the helicopter at the end of the level, so they can't let me destroy it before then. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Come on, fuck off. Get bent, go away. Okay, maybe I did have to shoot it. It finally went away, but I don't know if it was just ironic, you know, good timing or what.
Max Payne, face it. You are up against an unbeatable force. You have already lost. You have lost. Only death will set you free.
Check the ad online real quick.
Surrender. Give up.
They say, wait for it to shoot like a bajillion rounds. And, then at some point, for this guy that I'm reading now, guy said make a run like you did, even though you got obliterated. Maybe it just worked for him, or he did it at the right time or something. I don't know, fucking know. When in doubt, I always pick shoot it. So maybe that convinced it to fuck off, who knows.
Shit. Holy shit, how did that not hit me? Awesome. Damn it. That was actually going pretty well. Man, these guys are fucking accurate. God damn. Can't fuck with that.
What do you mean he's unstoppable? You are superior to him in every way that counts. You are better trained, better equipped. You outnumber him at least 20 to 1. Do your job.
Yeah, I love that part. He's like, her own guards are telling him, this dude is unstoppable. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's one man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Stupid roasty.
Stupid roasties.
I like what Jay has said right here. I hope with Lawrence it brings about the end to calling everyone and their mother who could be a franchise guy generational. All too true. Like, we hear about it literally every single fucking year. And it makes it so difficult to believe when an actual guy comes along and truly is generational. It's all like, what the fuck else is new? Everyone gets called that shit. And ugh. I know Joker's high on Team Caleb, but I'm sitting here like, I have no idea if the guy will actually be good or not in the NFL because everyone gets called everything that Caleb's been getting called. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I've only considered 4 quarterback prospects ever generational. So it just depends on who you ask. I'm sure some people thought like Jameis Winston was generational. He clearly wasn't.
Yeah, and a lot of people did, and I remember that. Yeah, I remember the Jameis Winston versus Marcus Mariota debates. 1A versus 1B of who was going to be the kings of the league in the future, and fucking both of those guys. Absolute dog.
But
Winston at least is still playing. I think Mariota, I don't even know where the fuck he is now.
He's a backup somewhere.
But who were the other guys you thought were generational?
Elway, Andrew Luck, and Trevor Lawrence. I think that's it. Like, those are the guys who had every tool. Like, they didn't leave anything on the table.
Yes. And Trevor Lawrence, getting injured, has proven that he's a bust, because only busts ever get hurt. So, like, I'm not sitting here saying, you know, obviously Joker doesn't know what he's talking about and he has bad takes. Not at all. I'm just sitting here saying, if the guy ended up being a disappointment, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Because I constantly hear that some guy is amazing.
Roger that.
I hope he is, you know, for his sake, for the sake of whatever team drafts him. It'd be nice to see a guy who actually pans out the way that people hoped and thought he would. I'm just like, I have seen so many guys who were supposed to be amazing not deliver because people overblew the hell out of their capability and potential. And not only that, but even if a guy's got all the tools in the world ready to succeed, what if a franchise that is just absolute dog shit drafts them and they never surround him with help?
Yeah, that's very possible.
She's on board. We're out of here as soon as the wind dies down. Don't like the look of that
Like, I
mask.
mean, it is really difficult to settle the Tua versus Herbert debate because the Dolphins did right by Tua. They got him a new head coach who was extremely talented. They paired him up with fucking Tyreek Hill. They've made lots of good roster decisions. I mean, again, even defensively, they're actually helping him out like crazy. Dolphins, since week 5, have had the top defense in the league. Herbert, pretty much the only teammate he has on either side of the ball that's even half worth a damn is Keenan Allen, who's had injury issues his entire career. So every single game, Herbert's got to play hero ball. So I'm like, I don't know if Herbert was in a bad situation, if he'd look better, or not in a bad situation, if he'd look better. It's hard to settle that debate because until the end of time, everyone's just going to say, well, what if Herbert was on this Dolphin squad? He'd look just as good, if not better. Maybe they're right. For all we know, Herbert could have been the GOAT and just got fucked on. But at the same time, if Trevor Lawrence can work out and be as good as he is with an historically dog-shit franchise like the Jaguars, it's also hard to make excuses for some guys. If you get called generational, there's some things you just have to be able to do. And dragging a dog-shit franchise kicking and screaming of the promised land is one of them.
Grand finale.
Alrighty. Yeah, David's right. Mariota's back up on the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Last season, he was on the Falcons.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had
the
led
Falcons
to this point.
last year when
I
they
released my finger from the
drafted
trigger.
Desmond Ritter to be their guy going
And
forward.
then it was all over. The
They
storm seemed
actually
to
had
lose
him
its
playing
frenzy.
behind
The
Mariota.
rain
Mariota
clouds gave way to the
started
stars above.
13 games, the first 13 games of the season for the Falcons last year, and they didn't bench him for him playing bad. He got hurt.
A bit closer to heaven.
So then, once the season was over, and they were like, well, we played our guy just a little bit at the end of the season there, and he looked half decent, so, so long, Mariota.
My ghosts released me from their haunting. Down below, New York City glittered like diamonds on black velvet.
You gave us one hell of a ride. Take him down to Central Booking.
You heard the man.
Woden was there in the crowd, standing by the sidelines. It wouldn't be over till the man with the patch would say so. He'd say the right words. I knew he would. He'd better. Woden grinned smugly. It was the grin of a winner.
And
That'd be
Ritter's
two of us.
been,
Noir stories almost always end tragically or bittersweetly, but this one actually ends very positively.
and I think it's because they always knew that they were going to continue making more. They had a big time tragedy at the beginning of the game, but they were like, we're going to keep going with Max Payne here. Especially, Max Payne 2 definitely feels like more than sequels usually do, a real continuation of the story.
Oh, yeah.
And that was, considering they named the game fucking the fall of Max Payne. You know, that was a big time noir style. Bring him down. Yeah, Sam Lake. That's the guy who's the model for Max Payne.
But the voice is James McAvoy.
And right, Sam Lake is also the creative director and writer for Remedy Entertainment, which is the small-scale studio that does Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, Control.
A lot of these small characters share voice actors.
Right. Because this was a really small studio. Like, Rockstar was the publisher, but this was a really small studio that made this game. So, very glad and grateful to Rockstar that they let this game be made. Because this was definitely a Pantheon game. It was super important for the development of third-person shooters in general, but especially action game shooters.
Yeah, and it feels kind of forgotten by time.
Yeah, because when you think about it, one of the really special things about the Max Payne series is that in the vast majority of video games that are made, action games, shooter games, and all that sort of stuff, you either play as a soldier or you play as a criminal. It is so rare that you play as a cop.
That's true. Like, do you remember Crackdown, which was like GTA as a cop?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That was like one example off the top of my head.
Yeah, Crackdown was super popular back in the day because it included the Halo 3 beta.
My brother played it a lot. I don't think I played it very much.
The game itself was definitely, it was fun. It was well made for what it was. It was
and the
really
credits,
enjoyable.
Max Payne has only started his journey through the night. The pain has only just begun. More will follow. So they bet on themselves being able to make a sequel, and they did.
Right. And the story of Max Payne 2 is definitely a traditional noir. Let's get on the protagonist as much as we can here. He fucking lost everything, man. Poor guy.
I have played Hardboiled, so next is Hardboiled. There's also New York Minute, which gives you a time limit. I'm not going to do that now, but we have beaten the game. It is 1 a.m., so I'm going to go and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Oh, JS, isn't there a game coming out soon where the perspective of the player character is a cop's body cam? Yeah, there's a game coming out. I can't remember what it's called. It might be called Body Cam. Let me check here.
Pretty wild. I'd love a game that lets you play Derek Chauvin.
Yes, Body Cam. It's called Body Cam on Steam, available soon. The whole game takes, you're playing as a cop, and the perspective is your body cam.
Wild.
See you guys later.